Hello and welcome back to the Galactic Enclave. I'm Ben, and today we're playing another game of Once Upon a Galaxy. Our hero choice here is not great. I do not like Indiana clones. I think it does not scale, or I just don't like taking that much early damage. Taking the ice is a little bit hard to game plan around, and if you lose that hard early in the game, then you're kind of playing from behind. Maximus is not great because it does nothing kind of in the early game, but it doesn't set you back. I think it's actually pretty similar to Thing in the Ice. And I think that getting the random golden legendary is a pretty strong ability, even though it takes a while. And that random silver character does help a bit. Looking in at the deck here, I like having the access to Wicked Witch with all this summon stuff. So like that's pretty good. I don't really see a reason to like be forcing mages particularly hard. So like this Morgan Le Fay doesn't necessarily need to be here. I like the Toady because it can pump this legendary character that we kind of know is coming, and having stats on it can be nice. I don't think Moppet really does much. I'm going to kind of just like take out cards that aren't doing many things. We do have a Link, which is just a powerful card in general. Aladdin is like a... So I'm going to leave like kind of the toy stuff and the Wicked Witch in because I think that's just like kind of powerful stuff in general. And in the current meta, summons have seemed quite good to me. So these are the cards that like I definitely want to be playing. Past that, having access to Link, it's just a strong card. Link Morgan is a pretty good combination of cards. Aladdin is just kind of generically powerful. I don't really have the cards on this hero to like have a super dedicated build. Mirror Mage, if I do end up with like a Golden Merlin or something, is pretty busted, so I'll keep it. I don't really see much reason to be doing dragony things. Don Quixote is a good way to get like some kind of like win condition, just like either hitting a legendary early or like consistently getting some secret rare stuff. I need 2 more cards. Face is like a decent big, but this helps you get a legendary treasure, but doesn't help as much with the common, uncommon, rare, and epic. It does help a little bit with the rare, but not in the same way like Dr. Aegon, for example. I'll take the Nutcracker Prince. I think it's a pretty strong card if you can enable it. And then for my last trick, I'll take a Kid Icarus, I guess. All right, here we go. All right, so Jack in the Box, I think, is probably the generically best card here. I want to have some kind of attack buff for the Stepsisters before I take it. Flying Monkey is like an excellent tech card, but like Jack in the Box is just like so easy to get extra value with. So taking it and already getting some of that extra value. I think Egg is interesting. I'm already getting some kind of boosts here, but neither of these cards are great. I could take the Stepsisters and go for the treasure, but like I like a turn 2 Egg quite a lot. It can let you snowball. And then I'm going to take Spider, put it in the back. Specifically, I'm organizing like this for 2 reasons. So first, I have an extra thing in the back, so if they happen to have the Flying Monkey, it's going to hit the Bitsy Spider. And then I'm like, not organized like this so that the spider attacks before the puck. So my, creature with stats can attack first. And if something is alive, it still gets supported. So just a little consideration. I think Link is just like a very powerful card and really makes fairies work. So I'm going to take it here. It's also a hero. So I could do something like put in the Nutcracker Prince here, have it die buff the Link. And I think that actually kind of just works the best with what I'm doing here. Nice, I got the Slay, though I am taking a full heart of damage. This is just a very strong board out of the Trash Panda. So next turn, this Egg is going to transform. With that in mind, Mech Man is very strong. Probably better than the Jack in the Box. Putting health on Link is appealing. What I don't like is that it's also a hero, so I don't know where the buff's going. So I'm going to put it here just so that I'm forcing the buff onto the Link. But I could see that being incorrect in this situation. Captain Ahab might be a little bit better, but again, I'm trying to do this thing. And again, this is going to steal buffs from Link. So we didn't get a lot stronger here, which is a bit concerning, but I don't think we're going to be taking a full point of damage. And we are getting... Oh, we are taking a full point of damage, unfortunately. We are getting our epic character. And we can do some shenanigans here. If we can get the hunt off, we can trigger that and hit the Link if we want to go for that. The Poxitani fill feels like a bit of a necessity here. It does work with Daisy Jones, which is kind of cute. Yeah, I don't think I can really be trying to like maximize Link value at this point. I'm just trying to present the strongest board that I can. So if I do this, this can like fall on that. I think probably something like this is my strongest board, to be perfectly honest. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Could buff Phil here for sure. I don't think it puts it super far out of reach of being killed, and like rare treasures are better than uncommon treasures, and we're far enough away from an epic treasure, unfortunately. We're not getting any farewell abilities here, but I think that buffing the attack of our summons is more important. But definitely keeping an eye open for anything that's good with the Daisy Jones. I think this is just a Shrink Tea. None of those things make me any stronger. All Hands on Deck, I think, is a pretty good spell here. I could try and do cute stuff with the Prince, but I think I'd rather just get like a bit of attack on my dudes. Not quite enough. That Ninja Training is going to be awkward, yeah. But we do have our silver character now, so let's see what our rare silver character is, and we can secure the draw here. 3 blind mice is not really what I'm looking for here, sadly. Okay, so I can get the treasure or I can get a legendary. I think we get the legendary. This will give me 5 stats on my Bahamut. Queen of Hearts is large. I think I'm just going to take the large character here. I just want to see some shops. Okay, I'm going to kiss into a... this is really unfortunate. It can maybe do something. But that was not one of the stronger options for me to hit there, unfortunately. Right? Okay. At least I get to not take damage here. I think this is probably a turn where this still does something, but I don't think I have a lot of those left. I could buff Phil, and I think that's probably pretty good here. Might even do something... something like this. Something like that, yeah. Sniping their Frankenstein is quite nice. That's pretty funny with all the whales giving us each a bunch of treasures. Yeah, the golden one gives us both a common treasure. Stinky is looking pretty good here. I could even have a 0 attack Stinky, so I think I'm going to do that. 0 attack Stinky is kind of nice in some cases. Though here I think I'm going to actually start to give it some stats with the Oberon. Hopefully that goes there. Nope, that's okay. All right, starting to win some fights. Sorcerer's Mop is certainly a power card in general. It doesn't really... I mean, it kind of does some stuff with the Doppelganger and the Phil, but I'm not sure how well it actually fits in this specific composition. I could take the hook and put it where the Queen of Hearts is and try and do some mising, and I think that might just be my best option here. The dragon is interesting. I could definitely buff its attack with Oberon and then start doing things. I lose out on the Stinky, but I think that, I need to get some kind of like long-term scaling going, and this at least does that. Because it's buffing everything. Hopefully the ninja hits that, but it did not hit the worst possible. Getting another summon character there was very strong, though. And I'm starting to get some fill value, which is excellent. Hopefully I can hit this Moon Shadow and secure the draw, but I cannot. So down to a half. I did hit my golden character though, so that's pretty nice. I think I'm going to have to abandon this Wishing Dragon at this point, and hope to get some slays off of that. Cannonballs is good. This is all types technically, so it would be doubled, but I think that I'm more interested in the big brass cannonballs to start to get some scaling. This is nice, can maybe keep me alive, and we have a treasure here. We're not super close to any treasures. Getting an extra 2/2 seems like it actually does a little bit, so I'm going to take the Energizer. The luckier chest is, I think, certainly a better card on paper. Might be strong enough that I can ditch the hook in favor of this dragon. It would buff... I mean, I could conceivably put it in the 2 slot, right? And then it would be buffing all of those things. I think I'm going to do that. Just getting some like actually scaling instead of trying to just scam. Yeah, I don't think I can take out the Wizard of Oz, but I think I can get away with this. Casting that on Doppelganger does nothing. I'm going to take the hook. But here's the treasure. At this point, things get really interesting. So like the 40 attack and summoning, it becomes pretty reliable. And I could put it there. So yeah, I think we're going back and forth a bunch, but I think I do need to put that in. Is there a world in which I play this over Oberon? That might actually be the play. So how would that work? This would buff the hook. It's turn 11. Yeah, I think I'm going to play it over the Oberon. So if I play it over Oberon, it gets 40. It's going to have 50 attack. If it gets a slay, it's going to be so good. I might even probably want to put it in the back, honestly, because it's more likely to slay. And I think that the 40/40 is just too much more. Like, I just kind of need those stats right now. And, like, this only affects the base character. And this affects the summons. I mean, technically, it kind of works the same on the fill, but, like, we're buffing the thing that's summoned by the Doppelganger. But the Doppelganger is getting a pretty good unit anyway. Might be talking myself into cutting the Wizard here. And I think I did. Weird. All right, so buffing my villains. I have a couple of villains. I think that might be the play. Like, buffing that Captain Hook seems real nice. I do need to make sure this is bigger than the hook. So I'm going to put it there. Yeah. And winning this fight for sure at this point. Knocking them out, in fact. Which is good. And then Hook managed to get the hunt in, which is super needed at this point. Yeah, I think I'm going to play it like this so that I can get some more stats on the Doppelganger. At this point, I'm taking treasure. Elven Tools is cute. I think I want it with the fill. But like 1 attack is just not a lot at this point. Frankenstein's Doctor is like a decently powerful card, but I'm just going to take the spell here, though it doesn't look like it's hitting anything. No room to summon, unfortunately, but winning this pretty easily. Nice, nice. This Wishing Dragon is only buffing Oberon at this point, so I'm certainly open to replacing it. I think I just take Masterwork Scroll. 3 Blind Mice. Triples buffs. Like, I could definitely put that in the 2. I think I can... Or even in the 1. I could put it in the 2, If it gets to attack, it gets plus 30, plus 30. And then 2020, yeah, I think this is actually just going to be better than the dragon. Plus 5 to my characters is pretty good. Double spells for bonus shops is pretty good too. It helps me dig. I think I want the stats right now. I'm just trying to make the mice a little bit more relevant. But it doesn't look like anyone I've been facing has been too strong somehow. I feel like the last few videos, I've been facing some really strong players, but right now this just feels like a rather soft lobby. Gonna buff the mice for sure, just get them a little bit bigger. This is a golden dragon. I could take out the Oberon, and that would give the mouse a lot of stats. Could also just, I mean, I'm definitely taking it. It's just like, do I trash it or do I put it on my board? I take it on my board. Just a relevant card. Sort of Shadow and Light is interesting. This is all types. Jack's Magic Beans isn't quite what I'm looking for. Statue of Olympus is a little bit interesting too. I have what? This is a hero too. I think I want this sword. Just like, you know, doubling and tripling, and yeah, I'm just stacking buffs pretty well with what I got here. I think I want this first, just because this might not summon a hero or villain. Very unfortunate that died. I was hoping to get some more buffs on it. And we get the summon here, which is nice. Cool. So we can, I think I might just want to kiss this dragon here. I get like one more round of buffs on the 3 blind mice, but I feel like, yeah, something like this can really put away the game. So now we're in a very strong position. This Queen of Hearts is, I think, better. I think a treasure is probably better than putting a bunch of stats on the mice, so I'm going to do that. That's a villain, so I think it can stay in the first position. I do have a couple animals, so this is an animal, 3 animals, giving my animals plus 12, and then it gets multiplied on that. Alternatively, it could be like the hunt thing. I do have a hunt ability on those. I think I'm just going to take the crook. Nice live this time, which is good. And I think that this time I am going to take it down, and it looks like we even get another round. Look how big this mice is. It got the buff from the ghost armor, is what I assume happened. I wasn't paying the most attention. I'm just going to take the pair here, take the treasure. None of these are relevant. I could have hit I hit something that is 1 higher. Acorn, villains, heroes. I'm going to take Acorn. I feel like it might be an edge case, yeah. But here, it just makes me weaker. But I'm going to take it for the treasure. So I have... The Doppelganger is my only hero, but I feel like this is the last fight. Otherwise, I would take the Oven, but I think that, yeah, just getting the extra stats on the Doppelganger is the play here. And this should be our last fight. They have full ranged with the Moon Shadow, which is pretty cool, I guess. I don't know if this ability works with front row characters. If you do know, let me know in the comments. But that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the first win that we're posting on the channel. This was a little bit of a scrappy game, but I kind of identified, I think correctly, that needed to take some higher variance stuff in order to try and find some win conditions. The Doppelganger wasn't great early, but in the late game was very good, just being all types. It got buffed by all the treasures that we ended up getting. I think the hook was made a lot of sense in order of just like getting me some power. Putting it in the back row was nice. 3 blind mice was an appropriate pivot. We kind of waffled on the exact supports and put that dragon in and out. So there's a lot of interesting decisions this game. I probably could have taken maybe a little bit more time on some of them too, but I feel like I played it pretty well. Let me know in the comments if you would have done anything differently. And yeah, as always, see you next time. But first, let's see what's in the box. Mirror Mirror is a card that I think is horrifically unplayable, but sometimes makes sense as a late game tech card, but doesn't make sense early in the game. And Fiverr, which I guess you could sometimes play, but I'm not a fan. All right.